What is up, everybody? MRL here with another top 10 Binding of Isaac item countdown. Today we have my top 10 Brimstone Combinations. Now we're going to talk some more about synergies today. I had a lot of fun making my last video about Monstro's Lung, so I decided to try another video on item combinations. Brimstone is an extremely useful item that grants Isaac a laser breath attack that lasts a few seconds and can stretch across the entire room. This item alone is very good for a run. Now let's talk about what happens when you happen to find other items with this decimating blood breath. Let's not waste any more time and get to it. Number 1. Tiny Planet. Actually, the world does revolve around Isaac. Normally I avoid this item on runs, but with Brimstone comes an exception. Grabbing both Tiny Planet and Brimstone causes Isaac's laser breath to wrap around him and still fire forward in the direction fired. Being able to defend Isaac from all sides when releasing the laser barrage is a huge advantage, and also increases the effectiveness of Brimstone. Getting Tiny Planet as a Azazel is also useful. Though his blast is still short range, the beam will wrap around him as well. Number 2. Tammys Head. Reusable Bloodbath. Tammys Head is already a decent activated item, as it only takes one room clear to charge. Added with the Brimstone, Isaac's 8 tear burst turns into blood lasers. Using this combination is a surefire way to clear most rooms very quickly. Not only can Isaac clear a room fast, with a good angle on a boss he can usually take them down with ease as well. If you're lucky enough to get both Tammys Head, Brimstone, and Tiny Planet all together, the beams then circle Isaac a few times on their way out, boosting this one room activated item into an extremely damaging and very fast run. If you ever see this chance to get this combo, I would recommend trying it out. Number 3. Spoonbender. Homing laser beams. Grabbing Spoonbender with Brimstone turns the red laser barrage into a purple seeking beam. Having homing lasers is an extremely effective combination. The lasers seek out enemies efficiently, and with the Brimstone damage, kills most things very quickly. This heightened accuracy helps to counteract the charge time of Brimstone. Combo this with Tiny Planet and Tammy's Head, and Isaac is pretty much unstoppable. It's not a combination Isaac will find very often, but it's a great way to blitz through the game and feel like Isaac is in control. Most difficult bosses become cake as Isaac's barrage decimates anything around him. Number 4. Tech X. The future is now! When grabbing Tech X and Brimstone, Isaac will no longer fire a straight barrage of blood in a straight line. Instead, Isaac fires a Brimstone circle like those that Tech X produces. The longer Isaac charges, the bigger the circle. Grabbing Tech X also changes the charge delay to its own delay, so Isaac can fire much faster and makes this combination super strong. The laser blasts also rest against walls, which cause more damage ticks to bosses and enemies nearby. The larger blasts are amazing in large rooms. They can cover a lot more ground before they go away and won't disappear when they leave the screen. This combination is really fun and speeds up most runs. Give it a try. Number 5. Ludovico Technique. Blood Circle of Doom. This item has popped up a few times throughout my last videos, and there's a good reason for it. Instead of controlling one large tier, Isaac now gets a permanent Brimstone circle. The mobility Ludovico Technique gives Isaac with this blood circle makes it extremely dangerous. Any enemy that's unfortunate enough to get in the way evaporates. Isaac can just place the beam on top of a boss and just worry about dodging any incoming shots. Gaining more shot speed items helps speed up the blood circle, further increasing its effectiveness. Number 6. Mutant Spider. Quad laser action. 4 times the laser breath, 4 times the fun. Gaining both Mutant Spider and Brimstone replaces Isaac's single breath into a close condensed 4 beams. There's a downfall though. Isaac's charge time increases significantly. The damage output can make up for the downfall, but can also open Isaac up to more damage. Gaining familiars is a great way to get more defense as you're charging. Number 7. Sad Bomb. I'm not crying, you're crying. With both Brimstone and Sad bombs, Isaac's bombs explode, shooting blood lasers in all directions. Bombs themselves do a good amount of damage, and adding the addition of Brimstone lasers makes this combo pretty effective against slow-moving enemies and bosses. Getting Scatter Bomb can also make this combo even more deadly, as all the extra bombs also shoot laser beams. The downfall of this combo, it's only limited by how many bombs Isaac has. Still nice to have if you need to output a large amount of damage in a little bit of time. Number 8. The Common Cold. Achoo! Picking up the Common Cold alone is a decent damage buff for Isaac, giving him a chance to poison enemies with a nasty cold. When having Brimstone and the Common Cold, Isaac's beams turn into a snotty green color. Talk about a pick and flick. The poison damage affecting enemies hits twice, doing a bunch of damage. Isaac's beam doesn't have too high of a chance to poison enemies with this combination, though with how many times Brimstone hits an enemy per beam, it's not that uncommon. Items that change Isaac's Brimstone beam color are really cool, and green is a pretty nice change up. Number 9. Mom's Knife. Stab, stab, stab. Acquiring Mom's Knife and Brimstone changes Isaac's blood beam to a barrage of knives flowing out of Isaac's mouth. Not the best thing to try and swallow. The change in tiers is a huge increase in spread and damage, and I do love seeing the change in looks. Watching a bunch of knives belch out of Isaac is such a crazy thing to see. If anything, it's a combo to pick up just to experience. Isaac still shoots a single knife out that returns, so that shot is always easy to calculate. The longer Isaac charges, the more knives that fly out of the barrage. Number 10. Strange Attractor. Look into the light. Grabbing both Strange Attractor and Brimstone causes enemies to become drawn to Isaac's Brimstone beam like a moth to a flame. Strange Attractor makes Brimstone an incredibly powerful item. It's always fun to watch enemies that would otherwise do damage to Isaac just wander right into death's path. Pickups are also drawn to Isaac's Attractor beam, and if you're sneaky enough, you might be able to get some items across pits and spikes. Runners up today: Lil Brimstone, Incubus, and Wiggleworm. Lil Brimstone is a familiar that he himself has a Brimstone barrage that takes time to charge like Isaac. Incubus is just as helpful in this situation as he copies Isaac's tier set, thus gaining a laser breath attack that takes time to charge. These little guys ended up on the runner-up list because of the charge time. Wiggleworm is a trinket that causes Isaac's blood barrage to go back and forth across the screen, which helps hit more enemies. Thanks everyone for watching my video on the top 10 Brimstone combinations for the Binding of Isaac. Stay tuned every Tuesday and Thursday for more Binding of Isaac videos. I also stream live at twitch.tv/MikeRoguelike. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific. I also occasionally stream on the weekends. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Binding of Isaac content. See you all again soon.